Hello everyone, it's Bound here. Welcome back to another video. Now, season 22 has ended, and my final result was 180th place. I'm really happy about that because not only was I able to get into the top 200 for the end of the season, I was able to get a rating of 2050. And yeah, I'm just really happy about that. I was able to build a solid team, have a solid game plan. And yeah, I'm just going to do some post commentary on some matches right now, and I'll send out some videos regarding these matches. So first things first, I want to explain that the Volcarona was actually not, I did not use Volcarona on the final day. I actually used it just before the final day and up until then, and I switched it out with the Ceruledge because it didn't really pull too much weight. As you can see, my opponent does have a Skeldurge on the team, and a lot of my opponents did have Skeldurge. Skeldurge was rising in the final day meta, or in the final week, so I did not want to keep Volcarona on. I needed to pressure that thing more. And yeah. But anyways, here I select Palmont first because he does have Archaludon and Ursaluna Blood Moon, so and Dragonite, so it's really good against like the big four, which is like Goldeng. It can do the bare minimum versus the big four and just set up a decent situation. But the main thing is, if he goes Archaludon and goes Stealth Rock, then I could just Encore it, and then Palmont gets to preserve its Focus Sash. It won't get phased out because you just Encore Stealth Rock. So the point is, if he gets Stealth Rock up, we have to punish it because Bax in the back doesn't really like Stealth Rock too much. So yeah, because we don't want to use Taunt. Taunt is risky because Archaludon can pretty much do anything at once, and we don't know if it's Stealth Rock. But anyways, he leaves Dragonite here. I'm just going to Nuzzle because it's pretty much a free option. Now, Dragonite, we don't know what Dragonite has because it could literally have anything. But if he goes Ground Tera or Electric, that's okay because we do have Baxcalibur in the back to deal with that. But yeah, he's just going to actually switch out his Dragonite. So I was thinking it may be Tera Flying, because it just switched out. Usually they would never switch out. It's either like a Thunder Wave Air Slash set or Tera Flying one weapon with Dragon Dance, Encore, Roost, etc. or Dragon Dance Sub Roost, Terra Blast. But yeah, he goes into his Archaludon and does reveal to be Stamina, so that's okay. I'm just going to close combat here and see what he does, and then I can get an Encore. And yeah, if he Terras his Archaludon, that's a really good situation for me because one, I can just Encore him, and then two, I have Primarina in the back, and forcing Tera on his part early on in the match is going to make sure that I don't have to guess with Baxcalibur when I'm choosing my moves, because some Archaludons were running Tera Flying, so if I'm able to bait that out or just bait out a different Tera, then I'm good to go, and Ice Ground is going to become really consistent versus that team. So yeah, I go for the close combat. He does reveal to be HD, I believe, because like HP and special defense, because he did take a lot more than I thought. So yeah, it's pretty much going to be HP and special defense. He went for Flash Cannons just to break off my Sash, which is okay. And then I do get the close combat to finish off the Archaludon, so big threat out of the way. That prevents any problems with Baxcalibur. And yeah, so at this point I'm just thinking about what the next Pokemon is. Dragonite would be okay, Ursaluna would be okay. We'll see what happens here. Dragonite, okay. So it is Dragonite. And yeah, I was just thinking this is okay. I have Primarina and the Baxcalibur in the back, so I'm just going to Nuzzle. If he doesn't have extreme speed, I can just Nuzzle his multi-skill away. And yeah, get the Paralyze on the Dragonite. And he actually is going to have a Lumberry, so the Lumberry Tera Flying DD has been popping up a lot. Same with like a Lumberry Tera Ground Earthquake Ice Spinner. I've seen that kind of going around too. But this is okay. I can just Encore if he chooses to DD again. Just try to prevent as much sweeping as you can. Try to only allow one DD to happen, because in my damage calculations, you'll see how the damage calculations come into my favor here. But he does go Tera Flying, so that pretty much tells me that his only attack is Tera Blast because you don't have Earthquake. So if you had Earthquake, you would just do that without Terraing usually. But yeah, Tera Blast. So this is perfectly fine. I have Baxcalibur here. Even though he's not paralyzed, I can still endure a Tera Blast. That is +1. So yeah, pretty much guaranteed to survive this. Yep, 9 HP, and I got the Icicle Spear, which is pretty much guaranteed. Even if he has a lot of the Lumberry ones, they run around 116 HP for defense. For as far as physical bulk goes, so that means that 4-hit Icicle Spear would be able to guarantee a KO on it, even through multi-scale. Anyway, so that's really good. I got rid of the Dragonite, and Meowscarada is going to come out last. And this is okay because I have Ice Shard, and I have Tera in the back. So if he turns out to be Protean, I don't have to worry about too much because he would... Depends on what he uses, right? Because a lot of them are choiced. A lot of the Meowscaradas in the meta are choiced items, like they either have a choice band or a choice scarf. So I go for Ice Shard there. And yeah, it does a lot of damage. It does really good damage. And yeah, Baxcalibur is just really solid here. Did a lot of good work. And my last one is Primarina. So he did knock off, he had Protean, he changed to the Dark type. So Flower Trick does not KO me. Even a Jolly Flower Trick does not KO from full HP, even if it's a Grass type. So I'm okay to just click Moonblast without Terraing because I don't have to worry about too much. Because if he's switching up moves, he's not a choice band, obviously, so I don't have to worry about choice band Flower Trick anymore. So yeah, I can pretty much just Moonblast without Terraing. So yeah, we're pretty much good to go. So yeah, I really like the core Primarina backs, and usually in my matches, Primarina would be thrown, like sent out before backs. But in this match, since the Tera Flying Dragonite came out first, I wanted to bring backs in to immediately get rid of it. And yeah, he does turn out to be non-choice, so it's probably a Focus Sash. And a lot of the Focus Sash Meowscaradas dropped Flower Trick. They're running like knockoff, Sucker Punch, Triple Axle, and Low Kick, something like that. So, or Toxic Spike Sleeve Seed if you're a utility. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that match, and I'm going to get onto the next match for analysis. So yeah, see y'all in the next match. Alright, we're back. We have a battle against Violet, number 173. And he has Dragonite, Goldengo, Ursaluna, Blood Moon, Sneasler, Garchomp, and Primarina. So I definitely started thinking about what my lead option was going to be. I do think Hydreigon is a strong lead here just because it can U-turn, and since I have Goldengo and Ceruledge, I didn't think they would pick the Sneasler, so I kind of banked on it, to be honest. I didn't think they were going to select it because I do have pressure against that Pokemon. But yeah, Hydreigon Scarf. Forces Tera on Garchomp and Dragonite and Goldengo, and then I can just U-turn out into Primarina. If they want to go for like Scale Shot or Outrage or whatever. So yeah, Low Kick as well. So it's kind of like a wait and see. I did run into a lot of Scarlets and Violets on the final day, but that obviously makes sense because a lot of people just want to be anonymous, especially if they're using like a standard build. Like it gives the opponent a sense of not like they don't know what you have. So anyway, I'm just going to, so yeah, he actually did lead Ursaluna. I was not expecting that because usually with Primarina and Palma on the build, they wouldn't lead it, but I wasn't really expecting it, so I just went for the Draco just to do as much damage as possible because sometimes they're yawn. But yeah, he switches into Primarina, so that kind of gives me the impression that he's not, that this is the Assault Vest Pokemon and the Ursaluna has HP and defense investment. So I didn't want to deal with Draco Meteor. So this is okay. I'm going to switch into my Primarina just to see what he wants to do. I can save my Hydreigon for later. And he is going to go for a Sparkling Aura, so he's going to predict... He's predicting a Tera or a Switch, which is fair. probably into Goldengo or something. Some people were running AV Goldengo, which was an answer to Primarina. But anyway, I'm going to Moonblast here, just to chip this thing down in range of Baxcalibur's Earthquake, because once I get it down to 50%, it's pretty much good. But yeah, he's going to Flip Turn, and yeah, a lot of Primarinas are Assault Vest in the current meta. I think over half of Primarinas are Assault Vests. I mean, Pokemon Home data could be kind of off, but definitely from my matches, majority of them were Assault Vests. But here I go for Encore just because a lot of the Garchomps like to use Tera plus Swords Dance, and if that happens, I lose. So I just going to Encore that. Now in this situation, I wouldn't immediately lose, but since I have Hydreigon in the back, and it's still alive, he's forced to deal with that and think about it, because that Earthquake, it just revealed that it was banded because Earthquake just did that much damage. This is a HP and defense and speed Primarina, by the way. So yeah, Earthquake doing that much pretty much tells me he's banded. And I basically predicted him to switch out, predicting me to switch out. I predicted him to predict me to bring in my Hydreigon, and I just Moonblasted. So this is really good. I get to lower the Primarina in range of my Baxcalibur's Earthquake. And yeah, I did get a cool special attack drop from my Moonblast, but it did not matter because he still killed me anyway. So yeah, I get to just bring in my Baxcalibur here. And Earthquake is going to finish off the Primarina 100%. So yeah, his last two Pokemon are Ursaluna and Garchomp. And he didn't Aqua Jet here, I don't think. He just let me Earthquake it. Yeah, he just let me Earthquake, because that makes sense, because if I get greedy and try to DD, then that could be pretty bad for him. So he wants to just do as much, like punish a potential setup option that if I could have done that. So Aqua Jetting is kind of risky. But yeah, Ursaluna comes out, and at this point I just want to get damage on him because he might just be Silk Scarf and kill me. So I Icicle Spear here, and he actually, yeah, he's very bulky, as you can see. So yeah, 4 hits doing that much pretty much confirms like Bold Nature with some defense. It's not like max defense. It's like around 100 or so max HP probably. And then he probably put the rest in special defense. To be honest, he gets a Yawn off there, which is honestly pretty okay because his last one is a banded Garchomp. So if he lets this go, he's forced to let this go because if Garchomp switches in, he pretty much loses. So yeah, he can't switch. I could just kill this and then see what the Garchomp locks into. He obviously cannot lock into Earthquake. So yeah. Now one thing that I was really scared about is like the Garchomp's Tera, because some baited Garchomps run ground, some run fairy, some run steel, some run fire. So it gets really dicey with the Tera situation. But I felt like a lot of the ones in the higher ranks were going to go either fairy or ground. So I was just thinking, you know, Hydreigon, I would just Tera Steel Flash Cannon and then 2-hit KO it with the Scarf and we'll be good. But he actually just reveals his Tera, so I don't have to worry about too much, and it does reveal to be ground, so I'm okay. I'm just going to Tera Steel Dark Pulse. And according to my calculations, so I'm using a modest Choice Scarf Hydreigon, so that means that a Dark Pulse would be around I think it's like half chance to 2-hit KO. So I was really thinking about, I don't remember, but I think it was in my favor to 2-hit KO. But anyway, I do, because I could go for 2 Draco Meteors, but I was concerned about the accuracy. So I was really thinking about this, you know. So at this point, I'm just calculating the damage because I'm just trying to see what I should go for. If Draco Meteor is really worth going for, and Dark Pulse can also just flinch. So there's an upside for that. Dark Pulse can flinch. So yeah, I think I'm definitely going to Tera, right? So yeah, I do find out that Dark Pulse is in my favor to 2 KO, and I wouldn't have to worry about accuracy, and I could potentially get a flinch. So I am going to go for my Dark Pulse here. So yeah, he's locked into Outrage. A Confusion can also happen too, so flinch plus Confusion, or just a 2 KO straight up can happen. So this is a pretty good situation for me, as I can just Dark Pulse right now, and it does a good damage. That's actually like a mid roll, or like a mid to high roll, probably like the 10th out of 16 highest roll, something like that. As you all know, there's 16 rolls in Pokemon. So yeah, he just realized his assistant forfeits. I'm really glad he did that, because I feel like I could have gotten a lower roll and like he lived. But I think that was really good. I'm really happy about that, obviously. And that match was able to get me past 2020 rating. So yeah, really happy about that. And yeah, that's gonna be it for today's battle analysis. I'm going to upload more, so stay tuned. See you all next time.